Okay, now let us get into this evidence. And with this evidence, we're going to connect some dots, right? Now, our credible source is telling us that Macron to discuss nuclear deterrence with European allies. Says Russia a threat to France and Europe. These people are so bloodthirsty. They are so bloodthirsty, and no one told them that they have no power. They did not get the memo. No, Auntie over here will explain it to you. Let's get into some more of what our credible source is saying first. It must be said, we are entering a new era, the French President Emmanuel Macron said in an evening address to the nation. French President Emmanuel Macron has said he will discuss extending the French nuclear deterrent to European allies to protect the continent in the face of threats from Russia. Macron, in a televised evening address to the nation, described Russia as a threat to France and Europe and said he had decided to open the strategic debate on the protection of our allies on the European continent by our nuclear deterrent. Okay? No. France and their European allies. I'm going to tell you this for free. You cannot engage in a war with Russia and think you can win. The universe won't allow it. You people don't know the difference between a man and a woman. You people have fallen away from the Most High. And the further away from the Most High Creator you are, the weaker you become. You have put the LGBTQ God on a pedestal. You have ring fenced the LGBTQ God. No one can speak against, no one can have an opinion. That is your God, right? And understand, wars are 95% spiritual and 5% physical, right? And if you go and look in the ancient texts, when these ancient civilizations go to war, they all bring their God. France and Europe, which God will you bring to a war against Russia? Because the LGBTQ God can't help you, right? And a lot of you in Europe that is hyping up yourself, that believe Europe has any power, you're sadly mistaken, right? You all will fight for this system and die to keep this system, but guess what? It's going to happen. It's going to crumble. It's going to fall. A nation that is not walking with the Most High, that does not walk in integrity, is a nation that is doomed, is a nation that is going to collapse on itself. It doesn't matter how much nuclear weapons France have. If Russia have only one, France still cannot beat them. If France has 1,000,000 warships and Russia have one, France cannot win against Russia. Wars are 95% spiritual. When you're going into a war, you need to have your God. Europe don't have any more God. They have got the LGBTQ God, which they celebrate, they parade, they ring fence. The universe will not allow you to go into a war with a country like Russia that value family, that knows the difference between a man and a woman, and you think you can beat them. It's not going to happen. That is not how it works, right? So I don't know what you people drinking. I don't know what is in the water, but you people will be humbled really soon. Europe will be humbled really soon. Because a lot of you, just don't seem to know what time it is. You bury your head in the sand. But you will be humbled really soon because you cannot win a war against China, Russia, Iran, and in no circumstance will the universe allow this to happen. And until you have the Most High Creator in your land, you're not going to win, you're going to lose. But these people are so bloodthirsty. They are so bloodthirsty for a war. They're so bloodthirsty to send people's children to be blood sacrificed. It's not even funny. But Europe, you will learn the hard way. Weeping and moaning and gnashing of teeth. A politician in the UK once said there will be rivers of blood running in the streets in Britain, so to speak. Well, guess what? There will be rivers of blood running in the streets in Europe. And it will not be caused by the black man. It will not be caused by me. It will be because of you thinking you're almighty and powerful. Right? Europe, you'll be humbled really fast, really soon. A nation that doesn't walk in integrity, a nation that don't have the Most High, is a nation that's destined to fail. We all need to pray and understand we are living in the end times. And everyone is playing their part. Everyone is playing their part. Unfortunately, the sheeple, they are asleep and they don't know what is happening. We need to pray and say, Glory be to the Most High.